All right, and I hear we are introducing a new associate of yours.
Yes, I'd like to introduce Michael Derienzo. Michael is recently with my office, and I'm ecstatic that he has come aboard. Um, I brought Michael in because uh, Michael offers services and has a background and an expertise in some areas that I think will enhance the practice and enhance the services that we're able to offer to people. Um, and so I'm just delighted with him. But
Excellent. Well, let's bring him in. Let's see what he has to say. Michael,
Good
welcome.
morning.
How nice to meet you.
You as well, Tim. Very excited to be here.
So, what is it that you think your skill set will expand the praxis?
Sure. So prior to joining this office, I ran my own firm in the city where I offered three kind of unique areas of practice that I hope to enhance here up in Putnam County. First is what Chris had kind of mentioned earlier is something called alternative dispute resolution, which it sounds like a mouthful and it sounds kind of like this niche thing, but really what it is here's kind of a dirty secret that a lot of people don't know. Only 2% of cases end up going to trial. So 98% of every single case gets settled one way or another. And litigation, which I'll go in with a little bit, is what happens is more times than not, when it settles, you can settle early and you can get something done quickly. And that's an area of practice that not a lot of firms kind of offered. It's something called settlement counsel. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening up a new kind of practice there in what people that want something done and want it done correctly and want it done right and don't want to spend the next 3 years waiting for a judge to maybe make a decision or not make a decision, and then you've got to go through appeals. And this is a whole process, which is great for lawyers because they get all those billable hours. But a firm like Chris and what I practice is we're not after that all. We're not after trying to get more money for us. We're after trying to get the ability to get our clients what they need and what they deserve quickly and right. And unfortunately, what that also means is sometimes we do have to litigate. And I began my career as a New York City litigator, working firms where I handled very complex litigation, everything from $50, $100 million fraud cases to kind of simple matters. And so we're going to be able to offer more litigation abilities too for clients that have all different types of issues that we should either we can be able to try to adjudicate quickly to offer these clients really what I was saying before is settlement counsel issues, or we're going to take it the whole distance because we have to. Every case is different. Every person is different, and we're going to really treat each individual case for what's best for the client, not best for us. One other thing kind of going on that too is we are also, or I guess I'm also a mediator in that I've gone through various trainings in terms of special ways that we can kind of work cases out for two kind of separate individuals, and that's kind of a situation where two individuals, if it's family, if it's civil, breach of contract, no matter what, they kind of want to come in and they want a neutral who says, hey, help us figure this out. We don't need to litigate this. We don't need to spend $50,000 on a $10,000 issue. I mean, and so what we'll do is we'll bring them in, we'll sit them down, we'll go through as long as it takes. And, more times than not, we really can offer a solution that is significantly better than having to litigate. And so, yeah, the other thing too, which Chris kind of mentioned earlier, is one other reason why I wanted to work with Chris is because he's an attorney that really kind of has that mentality of doing what's best for the client and not what's best for us or you or whoever it is that's that almighty dollar. And so we also, I'm very proud, and what we do is also offer pro bono immigration asylum cases for individuals that come here escaping persecution from their home country. And Chris understood that that's something that's really important to me, but it doesn't make money. But we don't want to kind of charge those people who come here with nothing, and they deserve the help that we can offer them. And so that's why I'm very excited to join Chris here today.
Excellent. And Chris, how do you think these new services are going to help the practice?
Tim, they enhance my practice because my practice has always been a litigation-based practice, and I'm able to now offer people professional expertise in alternative dispute resolution, mediation services, things of that sort that I have found in my experience are best coming from somebody who has had a vast amount of experience doing them, and that's Michael Derienzo.
Excellent. Now, you said you were working in the city. Are you a local guy, Michael? Where are you living now?
So I am a bit of a nomad. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, Massachusetts, probably about, if you know, central Mass, about 20 minutes away from any kind of city or anything like that. So I grew up there, but I was actually born in New York. I lived in California for a bit. So I've been all over the country. After law school, I went down to Philadelphia for law school. I ended up, when I was working in the city, I ended up in Westchester. And so when I moved up to Southern Connecticut, and my wife loves Southern Connecticut, and so as Chris will say, happy wife, happy life. So we live in Southern Connecticut, but I love this area. This is an area that feels like home to me, and so this is definitely. I guess the quick answer to your question is no, I'm not. I don't actually live here, but I like to pretend I do, and
That's
maybe
right.
someday soon.
Well, experience and moving around is a great teacher, so that's all good.
Yeah,
But you've been practicing for a while now, pre-COVID, during COVID, and after. What do you see happening after COVID now?
Sure. So, pre-COVID, probably we would have this conversation in person. The three of us might be sitting somewhere. And so anyone who's been through the legal system over the last year has gotten very experienced with Zoom. And so now that, luckily with the vaccines and everything that's coming out, we're going to start getting to normal. What that means, though, is there's going to be an insane amount of backlog in all types of civil and criminal cases. And so a case that comes here, they might walk in the door today. If we're lucky, something happens in 2 years. And if we're lucky, and that's only because you have a constitutional right to a speedy trial in a criminal case. In a civil case, we're going to be spending years on motions and things like that. It's just because the judges have 50 to 100 complex, crazy motions in all different types of cases, that it's just going to be an insane backlog. And what that means is you, as a client who comes in here with an issue, in cases where we don't have to litigate, that's what we're going to really try to push, because we're going to really hopefully they'll understand that these types of cases, we can really offer that new service that not a lot of lawyers like to or want to do, because they think it's showing weakness or anything, but it's really the opposite. It's looking at kind of what the reality of the situation is and what can really help the client now. And so that's kind of where we see it, right? Plus the state of New York is actually, they're really pushing for more cases to be adjudicated early through mediation or through alternative dispute, because there's such that crazy backlog that's going to take for a really long time for us to get out of.
Excellent. So, well, Chris, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. How is this going to affect you and this new side of the business?
It'll expand the services, Tim, that I can offer to my clients, to the public. And I like having a bright, sharp lawyer around that I can bounce things off of, and two heads are better than one, so to speak. And that's Michael. Michael comes to me with a vast background in practice in the city. And one thing I know from my own experience practicing in the city is the practice of law is light years faster than it is in a place like where I call home, which is Putnam County. And I appreciate the differences, but Michael learned in his years in the city a lot more than he would have learned practicing somewhere else, and he brings that to the table. So I'm blessed in that sense, and I appreciate having him around.
That's wonderful. It sounds like a great merger or expansion of your business. I wish you both success. And Michael, congratulations and best of luck to you. And Christopher, congratulations. And I guess we'll do something like this again next week. We'll have some more updates on all the exciting things happening.
Thank you, Tim.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Tim.
Great, guys. Have a great weekend and good luck.
Take care.